Well, welcome everyone back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name's Louie. Today we're going to take a look at Tales of Aria First Edition and see what the market is doing and make the question, is it worth it to open up a box as it compares to what is in the box in the singles? Hey, there's a massive TCG player 10% off cashback coming back at you. If you go on Tuesday at 10 a.m. it starts. Make sure you, right now, go to my link in my description and click on my link and it will take you to Flesh and Blood on TCG Player. That really helps the channel. It for the next 3 days, any purchases that you make under your account, make sure you're logged in, will go back into the channel. If you're going to be partaking in the 10% off, 10% cashback thing, make sure you do that. I do think that there's going to be a lot of market interaction right now. I think we're kind of in this kind of perfect storm coming off of the calling. We're going to start seeing deck lists pop up today that people are going to be net decking. You've got the 10% off TCG Player thing. It's not 10% off, sorry. It's like 10% cash back, which is essentially 10% off. And then you've got, on top of that, you've got Unlimited, which has been like, a lot of people think that there's going to announce another Unlimited out of print thing. Meanwhile, Crucible Unlimited is out of print, so a lot of that going on. It seems like this like perfect storm, and then we have the new sets that are being hyped too. Like we just had there's a lot of action. It seems like the hype is on. If you're going to be making purchases, do so in a way that helps out the channel. Another way that you can do that is by supporting the channel by going to Patreon, where you get access to all this collection tracker stuff that utilizes all the data from these videos. You also get a 10% off discount code over at the Midtown Merchant, and it's a great way to support the channel. Okay, let's hop in and see what's going on. Oh man, with Tales of Aria. All right, booster boxes 105. I don't think this is the bottom for booster boxes. Here's the card highlight for you. Oops, I didn't put it in. Booster boxes at 105 are really, honestly, it just seems like there's so many boxes. And this is good. Like, what we don't want is for players to not be able to get the cards. All right, sorry, I got that popped up now. What we don't want is for players to not be able to get the cards. So it's a good thing that boxes haven't skyrocketed yet. It is a little bit concerning for stores when Unlimited is about to come out. So here's a case, 4 boxes for 400. There's a box that sold for 161, another that sold for 100, 120, 105. They're currently on TCG Player for 105. So I would say 105 seems to be where this market seems to be at, and we'll see where it goes in the future, especially as Unlimited comes out. Let's see, is it worth it to open up a $105 box of Tales of Aria? The Fable, Corsham, Crossroads of Elements, down to $550. Now, that being said, there was some different sold listings this week, so make sure you're shopping around. There's one that sold for $650, one that sold for $500, one that sold in auction for $580, another one that sold for $700 Australian, $675, $500. You can see this is kind of still trying to find its price point. I'm aware of multiple of these that are being offered or sold for around $500 on Facebook as well. So that's why I'm putting the price at $550. I know there's some higher sales, and we'll see what happens. And another thing is that oftentimes with these Fables, what we see is that the Fable is worth about 5 booster boxes of whatever the set is. That seems to be kind of an attitude with a lot of things, at least in the past. I don't know how that changes as more boxes are opened. Maybe that goes down. I don't know. But right now, $550 seems to be the price point. Looking at the Legendaries, you kind of saw a little bit earlier on TCG Player, there's a decent amount of Legendaries available. You can see Shock Charmers, one of the least available ones, Crown of Seeds, least available, and Heart of Ice. Rampart, there's 21 on there. New Horizon, there's 25. They're pretty strong. Everything across the board is up 3%. And, these are kind of sold listings from eBay and TCG Player. They're still very volatile. There's still sales that are high or low, and there seems to be a decent supply. It'll be interesting to see what happens to these as Unlimited comes out, to see how many people want the cold foil versus how many people just want the playable card. I think the cold foil, the regular rainbow foil versions of these are going to be significantly less expensive. We'll see how much it is. For Monarch, it seems like some of them, like Carrion Husk, the Unlimited one is only half as expensive, so it's not like you're saving a massive amount. I know for some of you guys who are on a budget, that is a massive amount, but for a lot of people, a difference of $100, they rather have the cold foil. We'll see if that holds true or not. But this seems to be where your prices are. Crown of Seeds up to $220, approaching the most expensive legendary in the set. Somebody on this channel who runs this channel said that. Crown of Seeds is a really, really good card, everyone. It's really good. It's got so much utilization. It's really good. Heart of Ice at 160, Shock Charmers at 195, Rampart down to 230, a little bit soft, New Horizon 215, and Spellbound at 160. It puts your average at 196, which is up 3%. All right, the rest of the cold foils are actually down. Your commons are down 4%. Your Majestics are down 6%. Majestics are really struggling in particularly the pulses. I guess they're not struggling that much, but Pulse of Candlehold down 10, Pulse of Eisenloft down 5. Everything's just kind of down $5. Winter's Whale down 5, Volterra down 5. Duskblade holding true, kind of at the $50 price point. That seems like maybe a bottom for it. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know what happens once Unlimited's printed. That's the issue. It's going to be an interesting way to watch this. With Monarch, Unlimited came out, but the market was so high it made sense. I'm not sure it makes sense for the market to go any lower here on Tales of Aria, especially when you get to the EV here at the end. Like $10 cold foil commons, I guess it's going to go below that. I mean, Cracker Jacks and Runaways are. I don't know. I don't want to say anything because I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks when Unlimited hits in November. Extended Art, this is the Channel Lake Frigid. You're sitting at 202. This is one of the ones these are incredibly rare, and the Monarch ones are incredibly rare. 202 here, 235. You can see that this 250 was last week. So you're sitting at like the $220 mark. Again, make sure you're shopping around looking for the best price for yourself. All right, as we get to the Majestics, this is where things really start to fall. We're down 21% on Majestic Rainbow Foils to an average of $4. Not a ton of value, to be honest. And the difference between the Majestic and the Majestic Rainbow Foils is only about $1, only about 25%. Your regular Majestics are also down 7%. So a lot of falling prices here. Kind of across the board. I don't know if that's people listing cards in preparation for this TCG player event, but these are significant lows in Rainbow Foil Majestics here for first edition. I mean, like $4. I mean, Endless Winter is a good card. It's just interesting. It's interesting to see Terra Sunder. I mean, this was the price of the regular Majestic, wasn't it? The regular Majestic 2 weeks ago was $10. Now the foil is $8. So the foil multiplier just isn't there, and the prices are just a little weak right now. Down 21%. Crazy. Average of $4. Your regular Majestics down 7%, average of $3. You can see across the board. It's hard to tell what people are playing because across the board you're down. I know we've seen Briar decks. I know Oldham's kind of been kicked around. I don't think Oldham top 8. I can't remember exactly, but I don't think Oldham top 8'd. I do know that that Briar did, so maybe we'll start seeing some Briar cards pick up this week. We'll see what happens. Your rares, not a ton of value. I think 21 cents or something like that. Your regular rares, not a ton of value. I think like 10 cents. Common Rainbow Foil, anything. All right, let's get to the EV calculations. So, this is how this works. If you don't remember, those are all your averages taking place by what I just put in the calculations. And then we have been told that you get a cold foil every 20 packs. So it's 1.2 boxes. We've also been told 188 packs. So that puts that at 0.27. And then we've kind of just taken these percentages based on the 0.27 and also the chance at a Fable. So that kind of does all the math for you and averages things out. So then that puts your box EV in at $116. If you're going to open up 40 boxes, this includes the Fable price in there. Now, if you're only going to be selling the Majestic and the Fables, you're sitting at $111 per box. This includes the Fables. This is 40 boxes if you sell everything up through the Fable, but not the rares. Now, this is the key. If you're going to open up a case, you're sitting at $97. So even with the case average, right? Even, I say all the time, you got to open a case in Flesh and Blood, because if you don't open a case, you're not going to hit the legendary. If you don't hit the legendary, you're just out of luck. You're going to lose a lot of your money. The hits are very, very heavily off. You're only at $97 and boxes are $105. So you're still losing almost $10. Now, here's the kicker here. Majestics, rares, and if you hit a cold foil common, okay? So you don't hit a legendary, you don't hit a fable, you hit Majestics, your rares, and the cold foil common, you're sitting at $36.20. That's not great. I always check that number. That's not great. That's a big risk. That's a big loss. This is where it comes into with Flesh and Blood. You got to open cases because you got to hit the legendary. It's so important that you average out your box prices by hitting one of these, on average $196 right now, legendaries. I mean, that pays for 2 of your boxes. Think about that. That pays for 2 of your boxes, essentially, if you hit a legendary. Crazy. All the money's in the legendaries, specifically in this set. So, yeah, that's what we got for you today. Again, make sure if you're going to shop over on TCG Player, you use the code that's in the description of my videos. It's not a code, it's just a link. You click the link and then you can shop on TCG Player and it'll get added to your account. Do that. It supports the channel. And if you want access to all this stuff, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. Gets access to the Discord server, gets you access to the events, gets you access to this collection tracker. It's a great tool to see the value of your collection. Hope you guys have a good one. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.